So the Fulbright Scholarship is a very general term. There are multiple scholarships under this name. As I mentioned in the title of this video, this is about the Fulbright Scholarship that is for master's students, not undergrad, not PhD. These are covered in other videos that you can check out when ready. So let's start. This video is about the 2-year program. It is also known as the Fulbright Foreign Students Program. However, unfortunately, once again, you can find multiple other programs by the US that have the same name again, but are not a 2-year master's program. So be careful. In the description box, I will have a link to the site where you can apply to this program. Fortunately, it is the same at every country. And I will constantly upload the link to make sure that it is up to date. But unfortunately, not all countries are eligible. And for that, I will have a second link down below. And if you click on that link, you will be taken to a Fulbright website. And on that site, you can find your country on a drop-down list. And once you click on it, you will have a bunch of links, usually around 1 or 2 max. And these are the links to the Fulbright Scholarship in your specific country. And there you can find out if that program is available and if it's available right now. Now, I get that this might be a bit confusing. That's why if you have difficulty finding the eligibility criteria for your country, you can always just let me know in the comments down below and maybe I or another viewer will help you out. As for when to apply, the applications usually start in around February, but sometimes as late as the start of April. And they usually end at around the end of April or the end of May. But once again, this may vary depending on your country, which you can find in the link down below in the country list. Now, if you do open your country from the link down below, as I mentioned, you might be confused by seeing something such as saying that, for example, this year's applications have been closed. And that might lead you to think that, you're late. But that's not really the case. That is because the applications are made 1 year in advance. So let me explain in simpler numbers. So let's say the year is 3000 and it's March and you're trying to apply. You will be applying for the fall of 3001, hence the academic year of 3001 and 3002 rather than the fall of 3000. And one last thing, but very important, is that you have to apply from your country of citizenship and be living in your country of citizenship during the application process. And of course, as is the case with many other scholarships, after the program ends, you have to be back in your country for a period of 2 years at least. And that's it for the countries. Now, assuming that your country is eligible and you are interested in the program, let's see what the program entails. This specific program is a 2-year master's program. During that time, your tuition fees will be covered. Airfare from and to the country of your citizenship will be covered. You have health insurance. And finally, a monthly stipend to cover your expenses. That is academic expenses and living expenses. This ranges from around $1,500 to $2,500. However, this depends on the location where you will be living during your studies. However, all of my colleagues that have gone through this experience have said that the stipend is usually enough to allow them to live a very comfortable life and additionally even save some money for when they go back. So let's say you're eligible and this program sounds great to you. So first thing you're going to do is open the link in the description box, the one for the application sites, and create a login. Now, to apply, the requirements are first that you have completed a bachelor's degree. And I'm talking about a 4-year bachelor's degree, not 3 or less. These are usually rejected. Second, to have a good English. And this would mean at least a 6.5 in IELTS and 92 in the TOEFL exam. Additionally, you have to provide a GRE or GMAT if you are applying for an MBA. Thirdly, you have to provide letters of reference. And these also are usually 3. Fourthly, you have to provide a CV, which shows your previous work and educational experience. Most applicants that do accept it have had previous work experience of around 2 years or more. And fifth, and finally, you have your personal statements, which is around a 600-word essay, in addition to a research proposal if applicable to your field. Now, in these, it's important to show what you are trying to accomplish, and it's important that everything is coherent with one another. Like, you're not talking about, for example, a career in politics in one while actually applying for something in biology, unless you can put it together somehow. Like perhaps maybe you're planning to work for a health ministry or such. Whatever it is, you have to make sure it's coherent. And that's it. You just complete your application. And if you are successful through the first round, you would later on be called in for an interview. Now here, a lot of things other than just your academic and work credentials will be examined. Also, you as a person, are you likely to be a successful leader in your field and in your home country? As in, you are definitely going back and you will definitely be a significant asset to your country and possibly even help in increasing communications between whatever connections you made in the US and your home country. Because once again, in this scholarship program, just like many other governmental scholarships, it's more important what you can do for your community rather than what you can do for yourself. And of course, many students don't get accepted in their first try. So if this is something that you really want, it does pay off to keep trying. Some students get accepted in their second or maybe even third try, but they do get there eventually. And there is no age limit. So if you think that this is something for you, you can just go and click on the link in the descriptions down below and start the application process. Or if this specific scholarship does not exactly suit you, I will be covering multiple other scholarships, some actually also for the US and under the Fulbright name in my next videos. So if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments if you have any questions.